Along with the rest of the health and safety pirates, Tom rushed to the ship's bow and peered over the side. The bits of wood floating in the water looked as if they had once, probably quite recently, been some kind of small boat, and barely managing to stay afloat in the midst of them was a girl, a very wet and very angry girl, about Tom's own age, with darker skin than anyone he had ever seen in his life. She looked up and shook her fist, which turned out to be a mistake, since as soon as her hand stopped thrashing the water, she sank beneath it. Seconds later she reappeared, splashing furiously and glaring up at them with flashing eyes.
You ninny heads, she exploded. You bunch of stupid underpants! You sinked my boat! Quick, Tom shouted. We've got to help her. She'll drown. Yes, the captain said decisively. We've got to help her. What's the safest way of helping her? Quick, men, form a focus group. The health and safety pirates sprang into action. Several of them ran to the cabins and returned with chairs, which they arranged in a circle in the middle of the deck. The ship's cook, meanwhile, donned protective gear and went to put the kettle on, while the first mate fetched a flip chart and marker pens. What on earth is a focus group? Tom asked, as he grabbed a nearby rope and tied one end to the ship's railings. It's a great way of thinking of ideas, the captain said brightly. We focus on a problem and everyone gets to tell us what they think, and nobody's allowed to say anyone else's idea is rubbish. Even if it is rubbish? Tom asked, uncoiling the rope and tying the other end round his waist. Especially if it's rubbish, the captain declared. What are you doing, our Tom lad? I thought I might rescue the girl before she drowns, Captain, Tom said, climbing up on the railing. What? No! Stop! The captain cried as he realised what Tom was doing. Stop, our Tom lad! It's not safe! I forbid you to jump! That's an order! Tom ignored him. He took one look at the sea far below him, wished he hadn't, and leapt.
There was a horrible moment of falling, a dreadful lurch inside his stomach, and then he hit the water with a smack and a huge splash. The sea rushed past him as he sank down, and then the rope jerked him and stopped him, and he kicked upwards, and just as his lungs were starting to hurt, his head broke the surface of the water right next to the girl he'd come to save. She reached out and hit him. "Stupid!" she yelled. "Stupid, stupid, stupid! Coming along with your big stinky boat and breaking the boats of other people's." "Oh!" Tom said, and added, "It wasn't my fault." "Oh," the girl said, stopping for a moment and sinking again. A moment later she spluttered to the surface once more. Tom reached out a hand towards her. "Don't touch," she said. "I am a princess. You do not just go around touching princesses." Okay, Tom said, "but would you like me to rescue you?" The girl considered this. "Yes, please," she said. "Glub," she added, sinking again. Tom grabbed her. He was a strong swimmer, since Bad Beatrice, while disguised as Mr. Beadle, had been rather fond of throwing orphans into ponds. "Take hold of the rope," he said as her head reappeared. Then he looked up at the ship.
The health and safety pirates were all leaning over the railings and looking down at them. "That was very naughty," Captain Tremble shouted. Then, as Easy began to pull Tom and the girl up, he added, "Careful now, Mr. Cheeseboard. You don't want to get a rope burn."
As Tom was hauled aboard, he glanced worriedly towards the harbour. Bad Beatrice's ship had already covered more than half the distance towards the Careful now. He might have rescued the girl, but they were still in danger, and he couldn't see how they were going to escape.